Live here from Weaver, Alabama. We've got another good one coming up for you. The Wellborn Panthers along with the Weaver Bearcats. Weaver playing on their home field. The field is dried out now 2 days in a row, and it's really looking good. When I went out there, the rains yesterday, and each hour that's gone by today with the wind and the sun coming out, the infield's smoothing out. There's not as much rough patches from the mud, and it's just in fact, they had to put a little water on it over there at first base a little bit, so it's looking pretty good right now. Yeah, they've got it looking real good, Brent. Fresh chalk out there. Nice green-looking field. Sun's starting to go down, so we're going to have some night baseball under the lights. Wellborn Panthers having to come back after losing to Randolph County the game before, 5-2. Like we talked about, had a little bit of trouble handling that relief pitcher for Randolph County. That was Lane Henderson, who came in and threw some breaking balls through on the outside corner. Wellborn, a team that likes to swing at that first pitch, real aggressive at the plate, like the fastball, and like to pull the ball. So we'll see if I saw some Weaver coaches in here in the press box during that game charting the Wellborn hitters, so I'm sure they noticed what their tendencies were, and I'm sure they played a few times this year as their area opponents. So this one, not quite as much at stake, as it won't go against their area record and move either team any closer to the playoffs, but it sure would be nice if I know Weaver's got that in mind. They definitely don't want to lose on their own turf in their own tournament either. So both teams looking to have a good performance tonight as they get ready for area play later on in the season. Well, both teams still out there warming up. The coaches about to come to home plate and meet with the umpires, but we do expect a good one. Area play for most of the schools is kicking off either last week or next week. It kind of depends on when their spring break was and if some of them wanted to play before the break and then take a week off or not. So, the last 2 or 3 weeks are going to be those big games. You have the single game on Tuesday, right, and then you have the doubleheader on Thursday, with the third game being really critical if you split, because that, in the case of a tiebreaker, if you win that third game, then you'd win the tiebreaker on them. Right, and it'll be interesting to see how they play this pitching-wise. I know we know both the starting pitchers for both teams for this game. I'm not really sure where they line up as far in the pitching rotation, as far as whether they're. Well, neither one of them are the ace, because they're at least they're not the ace, so they're not wanting to show too much, I guess, before area play gets kicked off, because like we said, those are the games that really matter. But both teams nonetheless will be wanting to pull off a win tonight to gain some momentum, especially Wellborn after losing that one to Randolph County. I was talking with Coach Beagle before the game. He threw Langley this morning 6 innings, and he said Langley's got a couple innings left in him, and then that other than Jake Garrett, his ace, he's got 3 or 4 guys that can pitch, so he felt like he was in pretty decent shape. And talking with Wellborn, they threw McChristy. He went 10 innings the other night. I think that's about as much as you can throw in a week. They do have a big left-hander, but Wellborn is going to start the same guy that finished up the last couple innings in their last game, so they're probably a little more thinner pitching than Weaver is right now. Right, and that's for those of you who didn't watch the first game, that was Jalen Kelly who came in and relieved Beatles. Pitched a couple innings, pitched pretty well. Just pitched 2 innings. I don't think he gave many runs to Randolph County, but he had a little bit more velocity than Beatles had. Kind of had a little bit of trouble controlling his curveball, but he'll look to come in and get some more work tonight. And I'm real curious to see this Weaver team. I haven't got the chance to watch them this year, but I know you speak very highly of them, Brant. And it's a bit of a rivalry, Wellborn, Weaver, as both schools. I think they were both 5A opponents back in the day. Oh, yeah. And then now they've both, steadily have kind of moved along with each other in the classification. So, of course, right down the road from one another. A lot of these guys know each other, I'm sure. And so they'll be looking to have a good performance tonight and try to pick up a big win in this Weaver Invitational Spring Break Tournament. Talking with Clarence over here, our PA guy, giving him the lineup. We appreciate his help and getting everything lined up for us, and players are still warming out there, so we'll probably take a short break here as we get ready to start this game here in just a few minutes.
The tire, arguably the most important part of a car. Without it, we could not stop, we could not go, we couldn't drive at all. They come in all sizes, brands, treads, prices, and ratings. How do you know which is the right tire for you? Thankfully, there's Cobb Automotive, and they have been answering this question since 1981. With a large selection of brands and sizes in stock, you are sure to get the right tire for the right price. Cobb Automotive, located on Highway 21 across from Walmart in Oxford, and 2001 Quintard Avenue in Anniston.
At RMC, we love serving people in the small towns of Northeast Alabama. The lifestyle, the food, the people. But make no mistake, there's nothing small about the care we provide. In fact, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network and have the Blue Distinction Award for cardiac care and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's about the strength of our regional health system.
Do you owe the IRS back taxes? Are you being threatened with levies or garnishments? Is the IRS investigating or auditing you? Don't call the IRS alone. Let our experts negotiate for you so you pay the IRS as little as possible. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS, call now and see if you qualify to pay less.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. They take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Welcome to Weaver. Once again, the Weaver Bearcats and the Wellborn Panthers about to go at it. You see the coaches exchanging lineup cards and visiting with the umpires. Our home plate umpire tonight's going to be Lewis Roberts. And they shake hands and split, and we're about ready to get this game started. Let's see who the home team is going to be. Weaver's in the home dugout. But that may not necessarily mean that. They may have flipped a coin since this is a tournament game.
Yeah, they're about to come on the field. Yeah, it's looking like Weaver's going to be the home team.
Yeah, Weaver's about ready to come on the field. And you can see the nice shot of the scenery around this ballpark. It's a real good place to hit out of because you've got that backdrop in center field of the trees. And the sun is creeped down below the horizon, so shouldn't be any problem with that.
Yeah, they really got all their sporting facilities here by each other. Of course, the softball field is right up the hill.
Yeah.
You can see the football field out behind the left field fence. All of it right here by each other. Nice place to play. Good teams that Weaver's produced throughout the years. That's going to be Cody Ortiz on the mound for Weaver. Like we talked about, pitching-wise, neither team's really going to throw their ace or anybody that's going to be probably in their top 3. Of course, they got area opponents, so they're wanting to hold out on that, not reveal too much about their pitchers. So it's just going to be a nice tournament game tonight. We might be a staff effort, as you could say. You might see several different pitchers for both teams tonight. And
the Saturday game after a week-long tournament is usually whoever hasn't thrown.
Exactly, yeah. You play a lot of games. Of course, it's been the only day they played, hasn't it, since the games have been rained out. So it's that way a lot. It was that way when I was at White Plains in that Brady Monroe tournament. You just kind of –
I'm not sure. Did Weaver get rained out Thursday night, their game? I'm not for sure if some of the early games got in. And that late game got rained out, which may be why Weaver's got a little bit more pitching availability than perhaps Wellborn does.
Yeah, and Jalen Kelly, like we said, is going to be starting for Wellborn today. He came in relief against Randolph County, so he'll have a few innings left to throw. He came in, pitched pretty well. That first game, hopefully this one will be as entertaining as the first one. Had a lot of hits going around for both teams, mainly in the early innings, but it went through really smoothly. Not many walks, good pitching performances by both teams. So we'll look to see that again tonight.
Well, they're certainly taking their time in between games, that's for sure.
They really are, yeah.
We had hopes we were going to get started about 7:15, but it looks like it's going to be more like about 6:56 as we get ready here for the first pitch, which will be coming from Cody Ortiz. Leading off for the Panthers, Mason Screws. Mason was 0 for 4 in the first game. Let's look right now and see where this pitching is going to be, and we'll know right off the bat if Weaver's picked up on it. They throw the inside pitch high and inside, and it's taken by Mason Screws.
Yeah, Screws struck out 3 times last game. Had a hard time figuring out that breaking ball from Randolph County.
There's a breaking ball in the outside corner, 2-0. Cody Ortiz. Quickly back with the 2-0 pitch, got the outside corner. Strike one call. Lewis Roberts making the call.
Yeah, Screws swung at his first pitch, his first at bat of the first game. Seen a few more pitches here in his first at bat.
Swing and a miss on a break, or foul tip rather, on a breaking ball, 2-2.
That was kind of the trend through the first few innings for the Wellborn batters. They like to swing at that first pitch, so look to see him be a little bit more patient this game and see a few more pitches and try to hit it the right side.
There's a line drive, base hit up the middle. Screws starts it off with a single. The Panthers got a runner on here. Top half of the first inning.
Nice hit there by Screws. I think that's the first time we've seen it. I don't think they hit it up the middle or to the right side in the first game, so that's good to see.
Maybe they made some adjustments.
That's right, that's right.
Dalton Hamby, the shortstop, coming up. Or excuse me, he's playing shortstop. He couldn't get to it. Brent Denham, the shortstop for Wellborn, batting. Let's see if the Panthers are running. Catcher Dion Monroe's got a good arm. And the ball gets away on a wild pitch, and Screws is going to advance to second base. So the Panthers got a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the top half of the first inning.
Yeah, it looked like Ortiz tried to throw an off-speed pitch there. Based on his grip, I'm not sure if he throws a knuckleball or not, but it looked like it came out of there as if it was going to be a knuckleball the way he was gripping it. Had a hard time controlling it.
Fastball, shot to second. Second baseman grabs it, fires to first. In time. And the ball goes into left field as he tries to pick the runner off. And the coach stops the runner. Physically stops him. I'm not sure you're supposed to do that either. So a lot of interesting things happening on that play.
Yeah, and as soon as Denham hit the ball and saw that Screws, of course he hit it to the second baseman, he saw that Screws wasn't going to advance. He was trying to tell him, go, 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 what are you doing, what are you doing? I mean, he's trying to advance the runner, have a productive out. And it ended up working out all right for him as Denham got out at first, but Weaver threw the ball away, so Screws was able to go to third base.
He came out smelling like a rose, as my coach used to say about me. Ball outside as McChristy steps in.
McChristy had some trouble last game against the off speed, so we'll see if Weaver doesn't try to throw some of that at him.
I talked to him in between games. He said it was giving him fits.
It was.
I told him, why don't you go to right field with it?
What do you say to that?
He said, that's a thought.
Yeah, he's definitely a pull guy.
2-0. They're working him on the outside corner. Fastball up the middle to the shortstop. Nice play by Hamby. Throw to the plate. He's going to be safe. He had him, but he just missed the tag by about an inch. He tried to whip around. Monroe did and just couldn't get him. Nice play. Good effort there by the Weaver infield. Getting the ball over there to first base quickly. The shortstop did, and then first base tried to turn, go to home plate, just missed the tag. We've got a replay on that. Let's take a look at the play. You see the runner just getting by, just the nick of time. Nice. That was close. Nice job with the camera work there. Umpire calling it safe. And you got to think the runner, the ball hit to the shortstop up the middle. He's got to on third base. He's got to be going with a pitch, and he got a late jump.
Yeah, there's no way that the first baseman should have had time to try to get him out of home plate. As soon as they're playing back, middle infield, as soon as that ball is hit, he's got to be going. So they were lucky to score the run there.
A little bit of adventurous base running by Mason Screws. TJ Scales now at the plate for the Panthers. He was 1 for 3 in the opener. He's got a 1-1 count. Pitch, outside corner. He's waving at it. Strike 2.
Yeah, and Scales is one of those that struggled with the off-speed last game as well. So Cody Ortiz is doing a good job of coming in with that and throwing it for a strike. Got him down 1-2.
The minute you get that ball over the plate, though, they'll hit it. Wellborn will. Ball in the dirt, 2-2.
And so far, all 3 of the balls they've hit hard have been, towards the middle, more towards the right side. So it's good to see them adjusting, trying to hit the ball
where it's pitched.
Exactly.
Here's the 2-2, outside again. He's starting that curveball out probably 4 to 6 inches off the plate.
Yeah, a little further outside than he may have wanted it to. He's trying to get the outside corner, trying to get the ball to break out there, but a little bit further. Good job by Scales picking up on that and watching the pitch.
Got him with a good fastball on the outside part of the plate, strikes him out. The inning is over. The Panthers pick up 1. We go to the bottom of the first.
Yes, Mommy's coming over again. Thank you for introducing us.
Of course I love him. And he's never late.
I'm just so happy. He always seems to know the right thing to do. It's not easy to find someone like that.
Yes, I'm going to show him the shower. You're so bad.
Oh, gotta go. Bye.
For any residential or commercial plumbing needs, call Ted's Plumbing in Anniston, serving Calhoun and surrounding counties since 1985.
It's so buffering.
Common sense here. Oh, hey, Doc. Your monster seems a little slow.
Well, I powered him with the internet from the phone company.
You need Cable One high-speed internet. It's 10 times faster than DSL.
DSL! Ah!
Cable One high-speed internet.
It's monstrously fast.
One nothing as we venture into the bottom half of the first inning. We see the Weaver Panthers. Weaver Bearcats for the first time since 9 o'clock this morning when they had a game with the Sacs Wildcats and took a 2-1 victory. So they started and they're going to finish it.
Yeah, I wonder if they planned it out that way, Brent, to play that, have that long break in between. making Wellborn play back-to-back games.
No, I think they did. They did play that on purpose, and the teams that have come in, they've all played back-to-back games except Weaver. And Weaver, the boys have been up on the hill doing all the groundkeeping work in between.
So they're here all day anyways. Yeah. Might as well go ahead and let them play the first and last game.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen them working on the field and up there at the concession stand, been around, just hanging out, helping out any way they can. Long day at the ball field.
Some of the good old days of playing on the baseball team, always doing groundwork somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
Dalton Hand steps into the batter's box. Shortstop. Exciting player for the Weaver Bearcats. I've seen him play some third base too as well. Here's the pitch, high and upside, or up in the air, 1-0. Just trying to get my scouting report on.
Yeah, I haven't seen Hamby play much, but based on that play he made in the first inning over shortstop, he looks like a natural.
He's got good bunting, good leadoff hitter. Pops it up in the air. Hanson under it, coming in, makes the catch for the Panthers. 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning.
And Kelly kind of picking up where he left off in that last game. Yeah. He didn't throw a ton of strikes. Randolph County kind of bailed him out, but he was able to get the outs that he needed. Didn't face a whole lot of batters, but he's been able to get him to chase after some of those balls and get the outs that he needs.
T.J. Thompson stepping into the box. He's got a good stick. Seen him hit the ball, pull hitter, likes to run, dead pull most of the time. Has occasionally hit the ball to center field. Real patient, takes a lot of walks. Here's the 1-0. Shot, third baseman tries to get it, knocks it off his glove. Is going to trickle out in the left field, and Thompson's on with a single, and the Bearcats got something cooking here in the first.
Yeah, it sounded like that. He hit that one off the end of the bat maybe a little bit. Didn't sound real solid, but Scales just wasn't able to get his glove on that one as it bounced off, and nobody's able to make the play. So good job by Thompson starting the game off with a single.
Denham, the shortstop, was going over to back it up, and it ricocheted away from the the direction he was going in also. So infield single for Thompson. Jake Garrick up now for the Bearcats, the ace of the staff.
Seems like Kelly always misses that first pitch high, that fastball.
Garrick also a good patience at the plate too. Runner going. Throw down to second. Comes off his hand and goes down the first baseline. Now, Thompson almost got stuck out in the middle as he got up and tried to go to third base, and I'm not sure what happened on that throw.
That one just slipped out, Brent. Just slipped out, came right back, almost at the backstop. Shears had a difficult time throwing out runners in the first game, but he was at least able to make the throw down to second base. Every time he tried, that one just slipped out of his hand, so Thompson's in with the easy stolen base.
Thompson in scoring position now at second base, being held on by Hansen. Now the shortstop comes over to hold him on, which you don't usually see with a right-handed hitter up. Swing and a miss, goes back to the screen. That's a foul ball, excuse me. He did get a piece of it.
Yeah, big cut there by Garrick.
Thought for a minute he'd missed it, but he just got a piece of it.
Yeah, like you were saying, Brent, that is kind of odd to see the shortstop over there covering second base with a right-handed hitter up. Garrett can just pull that ball. Of course, Dennis pretty quick over there at shortstop. We saw that in the first game.
I played it 17 years and only did it once, and I got yelled at. So I learned.
Wow. Thompson's quick.
Only time I ever covered second was on a left-handed hitter.
Yeah, Thompson took third there on the blocked up ball by Shears. Real good jump, real quick over there. Now he's at third base now. If Garrett can just get one over to the right side, knock that run in, tie the game up.
2-2 pitch. Got the strike. Got the hook.
Yeah, just perfect breaking ball by Kelly. Kind of had him buckled up a little bit. Came on the inside, broke right back down the middle. You just don't want to do that when you got runners on third base or in scoring position. Just can't go back to the dugout with the bat on your shoulder. You got to put something in play.
Just want to get that ball on the ground somewhere and get a run in. Unable to do so. Ortiz now trying to get a run in for the Bearcats. Got the outside corner. Looks like this ump's going to have a bigger strike zone.
Yeah, Ortiz trying to help himself out of here. The pitcher trying to tie this game up.
Pitcher against pitcher. Kelly checks the runner at third. Low and in the dirt. Nice stop by Jacob Shears, the catcher.
And we've talked about that brick backstop. Anytime the ball goes back there and hits it, it's not very deep backstop, so it's going to bounce back right to the catcher. They need to be careful to not let it go past him and out towards the mound. But Thompson's real quick over at third base.
That's why your pitcher's got to come in and be ready on a wild pitch also to get that in case it does get by the catcher.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with it, like Wellborn, as they haven't played here much this year, it could be a danger to you to not be familiar with how that ball plays off the backstop.
2 balls and a strike. I guarantee the umpires know about it. They don't have that helmet on the back of their head like the catchers do. 2-2.
I'll be interested to see how Thompson plays that, though, if there is a pass ball, because he obviously is familiar with how the ball bounces off the brick backstop, but he's so quick, gets such a good jump. He may try it here if the ball gets back there.
Got him a good lead over at third. Curveball hits the Weaver batter in the head as Ortiz was leaning in. Glancing blow. And it was a slow curveball, so that's the good news.
Yeah, if you're going to get hit in the head,
be on a slow curveball.
Better be a slow curveball. It's not fun getting in the head by baseball anytime, but at least it was an off-speed pitch, and it doesn't seem to have phased him a whole lot as we got runners on first and third for the Bearcats.
Josh Langley stepping in, winning pitcher this morning through 6 innings in a 2-1 win over Sachs. Let's see if Weaver is running. Ortiz takes off. Weaver takes the catcher for Wellborn. Shears fakes a throw to second, and Ortiz takes second base.
That's probably a good decision if you're Weaver. Wellborn, they had a hard time throwing out Randolph County in the first game, so just want to keep Thompson, the speedy Thompson, over there at third base and try to focus on this guy at the plate and get him out for the third out.
You don't want to get behind 1-0. There's a ground ball off the pitcher. It's going to be a foot race. Picks it up, got his man at first base. Nice job by Kelly to get the out. We've played one. It's 1-0 Weaver.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them yourself is something completely different. When I woke up with severe pain in my arms and chest, I hesitated. When the pain persisted, I chose RMC. Thanks to RMC's staff and Dr. Yamamura, my bypass surgery was a success. It's comforting to know we have quality doctors right here in Calhoun County. Regional Medical Center, advanced technology, advanced care.
Weaver Bearcats as we go to the top half of the second inning. Once again, pretty clean game being played. Not many walks. We had 3 hit batters though today. Probably had more hit batters than we've had walks.
Yeah, fortunately for the batters, they've been on breaking balls for the most part. Pitches that just didn't break back inside like they were supposed to, and that was, Cody Ortiz who got hit in the head by the ball, the pitcher for Weaver, but he seems to be okay as he's coming back out and warming up on the mound. Had a good first inning, gave up that 1 run. Wellborn was fortunate to get that. Weaver threw the ball away out in the outfield, and that allowed Screws to advance to third, and they were able to knock him in. But for the most part, it was a pretty efficient inning for Cody Ortiz and the Weaver Bearcats.
Jacob Shears steps into the box for the Panthers. He was 0 for 3 his first game, so he's due. Home plate umpire Lewis Roberts got on the gloves tonight, a little crisp out there. Hope we've got our heater working out in the trailer. Keep the guys a little bit warm. Pitch by Ortiz, high and inside. Gets the swing and a miss.
Shears helping him out there. Could have been ball 2. Went for the high and inside fastball. Sometimes that one's easy to fall for. It looks good coming out of his hand, and as it eventually rises, and now he's up 1-1.
Inside again, jammed him. Foul down the first baseline. Weaver's not totally committed to throwing everything outside like Randolph County was in that first game. I don't think I've ever seen a team pitch that way for 6 innings like that.
Yeah, he did a real good job of throwing strikes right there on the outside as that ball's hit up the middle.
Hung that curveball just a little bit. Nice stop by the shortstop, Hamby. Beautiful play as he dives and picks it up and makes the throw. What a play.
He's real smooth at shortstop. Made a good play in the first inning. Dove out and knocked that one down. He gets up so fast, too. I mean, that's one thing to get the ball, to dive out and make the play, but you got to get up, make a quick throw.
Are those shades on his hat there?
I think so.
Can't tell. He's got shades on.
He realizes the sun's not out.
I'm sure he realizes they're still on there. Ball inside, corner, strike 1. Jalen Kelly steps into the box. Kelly 2 for 3 in the first game, had a double and a single. Strike 2, Ortiz working quickly.
Yeah, Kelly hit one of the harder balls in the first game. line drive out in the left center gap. Went all the way to the fence for that double. Seems to be a pull guy. Real aggressive at the plate.
Oh, curveball just inside. Didn't break at all. Just missed him. When you're the hitter, you hate to see that. When that thing's coming about halfway and you think it's going to break and then it doesn't, and you're just going, oh, my goodness, get out of the way.
And Ortiz has done a good job so far this inning getting out ahead of the batters.
Yeah. Good off-speed pitch on the outside corner for the strikeout.
2 up, 2 down. Like we said, he was up 2-1 on both of those batters, able to get the up 1-2, excuse me, able to get the ground ball and the strikeout there. Makes a big difference when you can throw strikes and come back and throw the off speed.
Blake Hansen steps in, second baseman, 1 for 3, game 1. I believe he hit that ball. Looked like it was headed right at him too. Inside, foul ball, strike 1.
Yeah, I think he decides in his mind he's going to swing at that first pitch no matter where it's no matter where it's at. Because there's a couple times in the first game he did the same thing. Paid off for him his first at bat as he had a hit, but
he might have been protecting himself with that one.
Could have been the case as well.
Sometimes that thing just keeps running in on you. They throw him inside and he drills it. Base hit into left field. Runner on first base for the Wellborn Panthers.
Another inside pitch from Ortiz there. Hansen does a good job of getting his hands through, getting the barrel on the ball, and hitting it hard out to left field. Like we were talking about, I mean, Wellborn likes to hit the ball inside. They like to pull the ball, see if Weaver can't try to work him outside a little bit more. But they have made an adjustment. They've been hitting balls up the middle as well. So maybe
but they really just jump on that inside pitch.
They do. They like the inside pitch for sure.
And the thing about it is they do it so effectively. I mean, they hit the daylights out of it. And it's like noticeably different. Stepping in the box now is Jordan Montgomery. 1 for 3, game 1. Hansen leads off first. Let's see if the Panthers try and steal. Ball inside. Count now 1-0. We got a split screen on there.
Yeah, and I'm looking back behind the Wellborn dugout. Looks like they're working with Shears, the catcher. Maybe trying to get him to get the ball out of his hand a little bit quicker. He's had difficulty getting those runners at steal second base.
Yeah, see that. Interesting point. Good camera work as well. Here's the 2-0. Just missed the outside corner. 3-0. Panthers trying to get 2 runners on. Mixon on deck. And then the top of the order. Hansen, big lead off first, throw over. Just got back in time.
Ortiz doing a good job checking the runners. Throws over there a couple times. And he tries to focus at the plate.
Ball low. Ball 4. 2 runners are on now for the Panthers in the second inning.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little too worried about the base runners and maybe not pay attention at the plate quite as much as that results in a walk.
Yeah, he had retired 5 in a row. I remember some of Greg Maddox's conversation was he didn't particularly worry about the runners either. He said his job was to get the batter out.
That's right. That's right.
If he gets the batter out, it doesn't matter what the runner does.
Worked out okay for him.
Yeah. 350, 60 wins later. Ball high and inside. Mixon lays off of it.
And this part of the order really had the most production for Wellborn in the last game. It was 6 through 9 who all had consecutive hits until Henderson came in and shut down the rest of the Panthers. But the bottom of the order certainly can do some damage for the Panthers as well.
Again, you've got Weaver. Looks like they're just trying to watch how they got that runner on second, how they're playing him. They give up a lot of space. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. You know, I'm not as much as Wellborn pulls the ball. I'm not sure you even want the shortstop even over there. You'd rather have him in the hole. There's a fly ball out of play down the third baseline.
Ortiz trying to battle back here. Got him 2-2. Mixon, we noticed in the first game, he liked to chase that breaking ball. Ortiz has got a couple of different pitches he can throw in there to him. See if he can't throw one here for strike.
Curveball, got him on the inside
Did
corner.
just that.
Strike 3 call. No runs in, 2 hits. 1-0 Wellborn.
This internet from the phone company is really slow. We should switch.
It's good enough. I think we can close.
But doctor, that's duct tape.
It's good enough.
Common sense here. You know, good enough isn't good enough. You need the fastest internet you can get, and that's Cable One high-speed internet. It's 10 times faster than DSL.
You know, enough with good enough.
Sounds great, hon.
Cable One, it's just common sense.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Wellborn, 1-0 as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Dion Monroe, Tyler Perez, Drake Monroe up for the Bearcats is 6, 7, 8 in the order. Bearcats have gotten out of a couple of jams and kept this game at 1-0. So let's see what they can do with their second time at bat.
Kelly yet to give up a run in any of the innings that he's pitched today. He pitched the last 2 innings against Randolph County. Didn't give up any runs. Didn't give up any runs in this first inning. Had 1 strikeout. Gave up 1 base hit to T.J. Thompson, but he's looked pretty good so far here this evening in his appearances on the mound.
3 innings, yeah. 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Monroe steps in, the catcher for the Bearcats. He can hit 4 for 5 in 1 game this year already. Good defensive catcher. I've seen him go 2 for 3 and 4 for 5 and a walk. Likes to walk too, so he's just a good all-around hitter. Takes the first one outside. Ball and a strike, or no strikes. Pitch low and inside. 2-0.
Yeah, and early here, Kelly's kind of struggled to throw the first pitch strike. He's down 2-0.
Got the strike, 2 balls and a strike.
Good job coming back there with a strike, but that makes a big difference when you can throw a first pitch strike. Kind of lets you settle down, allows you to take a few more chances.
Bounces it in the dirt outside, 3-1. One of the great things about Wellborn is or Weaver here is you got this big hill, and you love to see the kids playing on the hill all day long, rolling down that hill, chasing balls when they go up there.
It gets
just a lot
to
of
watch games too.
Yeah, a lot of fun at the ballpark. Ball 4. Monroe was on. The Bearcats got the leadoff man on here in the second inning as Tyler Perez steps to the plate. Second baseman for the Bearcats.
And good patience by Monroe. Watching the ball in the 3-1 count there, getting the inning started off for his team. Off on first base. Got pretty good speed. Let's see if he try to take second here, as Shears has struggled to throw at anybody today.
Or does he lay down the sacrifice bunt? Looks like he's going to bunt it. The ball comes right at his chest. Backs out. Ball on the strike.
A little bit of self-defense there, maybe.
You know, with the problem Wellborn's had throwing out runners, you almost want to fake a bunt and have the runner take off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're trying to mess with him a little bit.
Especially with the count now 1-0. And the ball is outside. The runner is going to steal second easily as it comes back to the screen. Monroe stolen base. He's on second.
Yeah, just Perez squaring around a bunt seems to be affecting Kelly. She's throwing, of course, he's really falling behind batters for the most part here against Weaver so far. It's kind of got him in a bind. Didn't have any damage in the first inning, but already got a guy in scoring position now.
2-0 pitch. Popped it foul. He's not bunting this time. Sometimes you'll see the coach go ahead and bunt him over to third. Nobody out but Tyler Perez. A couple times I've seen him hit. He hits the ball up the middle. Second baseman Hansen holding on. Monroe at second base. Got the outside corner, strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He painted the black there, and that kind of comes back to the strike zone you were talking about, Brent, from this particular umpire. It seems to be kind of wide out there, so Kelly will try to keep working it there on the outside corner.
I like to see it in a way. It keeps the game moving, but here's the 2-2. Fastball down the third baseline, foul.
He likes that fastball. He hasn't thrown a breaking ball a ton. I think I remember him throwing it one time for a strike last inning. But for the most part, he's going to rely on that fastball. So Weaver can just sit back and wait on it.
Looks like he's strong enough to hit the ball a long ways, too. I believe he's just a freshman, if my numbers are right here. Ground ball, third base. Checks the runner at second. Long throw. Runner's coming anyway. The ball gets away from the first baseman. Monroe was going into his slide, unable to get up and score. And that'll be an E3 as Perez reaches.
Yeah, Scales made a pretty good throw. Screws looked like he may have just lost concentration. Went off of his glove. I believe he made him error in the first game as well. Just kind of struggling over there today so far. So we'll have first and third with no outs. Bearcats sitting pretty well here in the bottom of the second.
Let's take a look at the replay on that here. As we see the ball coming to first and just off the first baseman's glove. Looked like he was trying to keep his foot on the bag and really didn't have to worry about it. The ball didn't go as high as he thought it was, and he took his eye off the ball just an instant, and the Bearcats have a runner.
Yeah, he looked like he was thinking about trying to stretch out there, and they definitely would have gotten him had he caught the ball. But
Drake Monroe coming in, left-hander. Swing and a miss. Haven't seen too many lefties today.
The big cut there by Monroe. I'm guessing that's his brother over there on third. Probably related somehow.
One and 0. Perez leads from first. Swing and a miss to him inside and low. Nice pitch here. Nice comeback for Kelly. Gets ahead 1-2.
Yeah, Monroe's just trying to have a productive out, put the ball in play, knock that runner in. Third, I'm sure he could beat out the double play if he needed to.
Swing and a miss as he went after a ball way outside. And we got one out. Chris Lemon steps in. See what we got on Lemon here. Don't have much on him. There's a shot into right field, base hit. Weaver's going to get one run. The ball gets past the right fielder. McChristy misses it. Here come the Bearcats racing around as Lemon goes to second. And Perez comes over to third, and Monroe scores.
Good piece of hitting there by the 9-hole hitter Lemon. Hit the ball to the right side, able to knock the run in. That was at third. McChristy kind of bobbled it out there in right field, so runners are able to advance in the scoring position at second and third as they get the top of the order come back up with shortstop Dalton Hamby.
Third error on the Panthers. I'm not sure that maybe they're getting a little tired after playing back-to-back, especially when you got that 4 o'clock game where it's always kind of draggy anyway. Then you turn into and you play the early evening game. Makes it even a little more difficult. Outside corner, right on the numbers, or on the knees, excuse me. Strike one.
Yeah, double headers make for a long day. It's just part of baseball. You just gotta have to fight.
We have the replay available here on the.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance.
Here's the replay as McChristy goes back to pick up the ball after it skipped past him. You got to catch, set, and throw. You can't set and throw because if you don't catch it, you can't do it. So ball is outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Hamby's got the ducks in the pond right now. Just looking to find a gap out there, knock both runs in.
Hamby 0 for 1, fly to second his first time up. It's a line drive. Hansen goes to his right, picks it up, long throw, got him at first base, but a run scores. As Perez crosses home plate, And the Weaver Bearcats lead 2-1.
Hamby did his job there. Hit the ball. Made sure he hit that ball to the right side. That way the runner at third could score. And as the runner at second advances to third, as he'll be thrown out at first, but gives his team the lead. Nice unselfish play there by Dalton Hamby.
You know, each time you're bat, each time you field, you try to either save runs or generate runs with whatever you do. Hamby doing a great job. Picks up an RBI for his work. Outside corner, strike one. And Jalen Kelly, a victim of a little bit of bad luck here in this second inning. A couple of more errors by his teammates. And he's down 2-1. Still got a runner on third. Fouled off. Strike two.
Thompson had an infield single his first at bat. He hit the ball over to Scales at third base, went off his glove, and nobody was able to make a play on it. Made it all the way to the third on a stolen base and wild pitch, but was unable to score. So he'll look to try to put a ball in play here again and maybe beat one out to first.
Taking his time, getting back in the box. Looks at third, checks the runner, throws it inside, gets out of the way, Thompson.
He made a nice little move on that one, getting out of the way. That was tough to avoid. Kelly's got pretty good velocities. He threw that one in the inside corner, but
right at the knees too.
It was.
Ball and 2 strikes. Lemon leads from third. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Gets out of the jam. Nice job of pitching by Jalen Kelly. But Weaver picks up a couple. 2-1 Weaver.
Who did you let down today? Your wife? Your kids? Well, how about yourself? Take a look in the mirror. If you're tired of your drug and alcohol problem, you need to fix the problem, and right now, before you hurt or kill yourself, or worse yet, somebody else. Call the addiction specialist now at the Reset Addiction Treatment Helpline. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll find you the right treatment regardless of your financial situation. When you call right now, you'll speak to a recovering addict who understands what you're going through right now. Let us help you break your addiction to drug and alcohol before it's too late. This call is completely confidential and free. So take 5 minutes of your time and call us right now. We're here answering the phone. I promise it'll change your life.
Call right now, 1-877-798-5754. 1-877-798-5754. That's 1-877-798-5754. 1-877-798-5754.
A little bit of take me out to the ball game there, as you hear in the background, and truly it is a beautiful scene here in Weaver. A little cold, but still you've got the crowd out, you've got 2 area rivals going. It's just what small town baseball is all about. So you just got a pure baseball.
And that field sure looks good in that picture as well. Real green looking field. Almost looks like AstroTurf.
I wasn't even looking at that either. Yeah. Great minds think alike, as the camera was tuning in on that, but just a beautiful night for baseball.
Whoa. He steps right in, and Ortiz goes to work. I don't think Screws is ready for that one, but it'll be a ball either way.
Ball bounces off the backstop here.
I mean, literally, Ortiz was in the windup as Screws was stepping into the box. He was trying to get out ahead of him there.
Pitch high and tight. 2-0.
Screws had the nice base hit up the middle in the first inning, leading the inning off and scoring the only run for Wellborn so far.
We're in the third, almost halfway home here. Strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike.
Screws didn't like that one, a little bit up.
Ortiz bringing that a high heat. Blows it by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, can't help him out. Could have been ball 3. Instead, it's 2-2. He's going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Let's see if he goes up the ladder even further. Oh, curveball breaking right around his head. That'll wake you up on a cold March evening.
Oh, it sure will.
Full count. Right down the middle. Fastball hit into the right field. That ball's going to drop. Takes a bad hop. Kicks off the right fielder. He picks it up in a hurry. He fires a bullet to second. He's going to be safe. He gets by the shortstop. Rolls out into left field. But Screws unable to get up and advance. It's a double.
Good work by the first base coach. As soon as he saw that ball was bobbled out there by the right fielder, he gave Screws the go to second base, and he was able to advance safely. Nice job by Screws battling with 2 strikes, hitting the ball to right side where it was pitched.
I'm not talking. That's my name, Brant. Somebody trying to tell the PA guy what his name is. They're talking to me like I wouldn't know the name Brant. I mean, that's the only other guy my whole life I've heard named Brant. I think I would get that one right. Line drive in the right field, base hit. Brant Denham. They're going to hold the runner at third, and runners are at the corners, first and third.
Probably a good choice holding the runner at third. Still got no outs. McChristy, one of your big bats coming up. Hoping he can knock him in. Somebody there in the middle of the order. Nice job by Denham hitting the ball to the right side. Wellborn's really made a great adjustment. We talked about in the first game, they seemed like they struggled to hit the ball up the middle or the right side at all. They mostly like to pull, so they've been doing a good job here in the early innings of hitting the ball where it's pitched and finding gaps out there and getting on base.
McChristy's been tied up like a pretzel this evening on outside slow curveballs. He's just dying to get an inside fastball to hit, and he hasn't gotten one in a while. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball.
I definitely wouldn't want to leave a curveball hanging to him, though, either way. He looks like he hit the ball a long ways.
Almost gets it. Ball got over a little bit of part of the plate there. He fouls it off down the right field line.
And Denham was going in that time over at first base, trying to steal second, so he'll go back to first to see if they don't try to send him again.
Denham, big lead. He's gone. Pitches high and inside. Throw it back to the pitcher. Runner on third stays still. So now we have runners at second and third. 2 balls and a strike. For Landon McChristy, the number 3 hitter, Wellborn's got what they want. They've got 3, 4, and 5 up with 2 runners in scoring position. Ball is low and in the dirt, 3-1.
And if you're Weaver, you almost wouldn't mind seeing a walk here. I mean, I know there's no outs, but you certainly don't want to leave a fastball hanging over the plate to McChristy.
Ball outside. The bases are loaded with Panthers.
And that way you'll have a force at the plate or opportunity to turn it over play up the middle. Still a lot of games, still a lot of baseball to play, so maybe willing to give up a run.
You just want damage control right here. Try to get out of here with, 1 or 2 runs. As Beatles comes to the mound. I believe that's Coach Beatles. Talk with his pitcher. Coach Harrell talking with the Wellborn troops down the third base line.
Coach Beatles probably just telling Ortiz to settle down. Still got a lead 2-1. Bases are loaded, but just keep throwing strikes, keep doing what you're doing. Let your defense make plays behind you. I mean, they're going to have some balls fall throughout the game, but just keep throwing strikes and concentrate at the plate.
McChristy goes back to first. Denham goes back to second. Screws on third. TJ Scales up, struck out his last time up, looking to pick up some RBIs. His team down 2-1. Curveball hits him in the shoulder, and we got a tie ball game.
Yeah, it's certainly not what Coach Beatles wanted to see after the mound visit. Let that curveball get away. Scales does a good job of leaning into it, getting the hit. He'll also get the RBI as well.
Painful RBI, but I would take it anyway.
Oh, I know he would too, as they tie the game up 2-2. Weaver's still in a bind. Bases still loaded.
Jacob Shears steps in. Grounded to short last time. Swing and a miss. Got him on a good fastball. Of course, any kind of out, ground ball, double play, anything scores a run at this point unless they get a force at home. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
He's taking some big hacks. He's trying to knock all those runs in. You certainly don't want to pop up either.
Infield playing back in the middle, shortstop and second. Not even really playing for a double play. Usually you play in a little tighter for a double play. There's a line drive right field. That ball is going to hit. It's going to roll all the way into the corner. The right fielder trying to pick it up. He does. Here's the throw in. 1 run scores. 2 run scores. And Wellborn takes a 4-2 lead on a double by Jacob Shears.
Clutch at bat by Jacob Shears. There he goes again. Brandt hitting the ball to right field. What a difference that makes. And we've already seen that for Wellborn in this game against Weaver. Shears down with 2 strikes, took 2 big hacks those first 2 strikes, and he took a big hack there as well, but was able to hit the ball over to the right side. And that right fielder's definitely been busy in this one. He's been running all over the outfield. That one's able to fall and knock in 2 runs. Big at bat by Jacob Shears.
Jalen Kelly steps in now, and he's got a 2-run lead as a pitcher. He hits a fly ball center field. No second baseman is going to come over. Shortstop comes over and takes it instead, as Hamby certainly got a better arm and better hands, makes the catch.
And that's one of the last things you want to do with the runners in the scoring position. I know that as a batter that's got to be frustrating. He certainly wasn't trying to do that, but you got guys on second and third with no outs. At least put the ball on the ground and try to score a run.
There's a quick pitch to look like to Hansen.
Yeah, he keeps trying to get a quick pitch on there. I guess they're not ready when they get in the box, but Ortiz is trying to take advantage of that by throwing it in there quickly.
Hit scores 2 more. Curveball inside corner, hung a little bit. Hansen rattles it around the third base dugout. Scatters a few people. No balls and 2 strikes. Hansen now just trying to get a ball on the ground to get a run in, make it a 3-run lead. They throw him a curveball, doesn't break. Inside, 1-2.
And with 2 strikes, you're just trying to have a wide stance, choke up on the bat, try to put a ball in play somewhere, not pop it up, hit one to the right side, knock that run in.
Way up high, goes back to the screen, but nobody can advance.
And you're probably not going to see too many base runners try to advance on that, as we talked about that brick backstop. Even with the netting, it's so close to the plate, it's going to be hard to advance either way unless it takes a funny kick off of it.
Well, Scales on third base, not one of your faster runners either. Got the strike on the outside corner. Hansen goes down.
Can't watch that one. It looked like he was stepping out, maybe off on the plate a little bit, so he may have thought it was outside, but it was right down the middle, one that you typically want to try to tee off on, but Hansen's going to be going back to the dugout with a backwards K.
Jordan Montgomery up, chance to put his team up by 4 with a base hit. Takes the pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
Ortiz trying to get out of this jam. Already giving up 3 runs. Trying to fight back here and get the 3rd out. Send his team to the dugout.
Just missed on the outside corner. A little high maybe. And outside.
And that's one they're going to chase sometimes. It's not a bad miss.
Yeah, Ortiz picked it up a little bit here, throwing strikes. Fastball fouled off to the right side. Up near the concession stand.
I think McChristian may have passed on the advice you gave him to the rest of his team, though, Brent, because they've really been hitting the ball.
Please don't say I didn't give him any advice to the team.
The pointer.
Yeah, a tip. No, just a truthful answer to a question.
Just an observation, yeah. Certainly no favoritism.
Right. I want to see Wellborn and Weaver both do good. Pitch, curveball, there's a drive. Ooh. High, deep left field. Left fielder is not going to get it. He's stumbling around. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. And Montgomery's on second with a stand-up double with a towering drive to left field.
I think Montgomery thought that one was gone himself. He couldn't really tell, but he started to slow up at first base and then quickly hustled over to second. Good job hitting that ball hard, knocking the 2 runs in. 5 runs this inning for Wellborn. Really been hitting the ball well all over the ballpark.
He hit that ball a mile in the air as that left fielder must have turned around 3 times trying to find it. And it's tough up in that dark. That ball was so high, got above the lights. Pitch low and outside, ball 1. As Kevin Mixon comes to the plate, the 9th hitter in the inning for the Panthers. Ball outside, 2-0.
3 doubles this inning for Wellborn. They've been hitting the ball deep out there in the gaps. And
yeah, 3 good shots.
They have been hitting the ball hard.
Nixon takes it low, 3-0. I don't see anybody warming up over there on the sidelines for Weaver either, which means if they go to another pitcher, it may be somebody that's in the lineup. Strike right down the main street. 3 balls and a strike.
And it's frustrating as a pitcher. I mean, in that situation, Ortiz had, runs on second, third with 2 outs. Montgomery had the big hit.
There's a line drive in the left field. Base hit. They're going to wave Montgomery. The throw is going to be cut off. And Mixon tattoos one into left field for a base hit and another RBI.
Bottom of the order coming through for Wellborn as the 8-9 hitters both hit hard balls at the left field, knocking in 3 runs combined. They can really hit throughout the lineup and hit the ball hard. I mean, all over the field they have so far tonight.
And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Let's see who Coach Beagles goes after. Ortiz had pretty good first couple of innings, striking out 3, but got a little tired here in the third. And they're going to send him to shortstop, and they're going to bring the shortstop, Dalton Hamby, into pitch.
And the Wellborn bats have just been hot tonight. They've really picked it up, hitting the ball to right field, center field, left field, all over the place. Hard, too. I mean, it's not just, bloop hits. I mean, they've been hitting the ball deep out to right field and left field. And the outfielders have definitely been busy tonight. And Ortiz, I mean, he was throwing strikes for the most part. Wellborn were just able to take advantage of it and hit the ball where it was pitched.
7-2 lead, 6 runs so far here in the third inning on 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. A walk and a hit batter.
And if you're Hamby coming in this situation, you just want to come in and do your best trying to throw strikes. I would continue to try to throw on the outside corner, even though they've been hitting the right side. I mean, you also want to change up location and pitches. And I think they were just able to settle down on that fastball for Ortiz, as he kind of had a little bit of trouble throwing the breaking ball. But they're certainly a fastball hitting team. So if you can put somebody in there that can throw a breaking ball for a strike like Henderson did for Randolph County in the first game, you can be effective against this Wellborn team, because they're definitely a fastball hitting team.
Looks like he's got a good pitch, keeps the ball low.
You want to keep it low as well against Wellborn. They've been tattooing those high pitches, middle high pitches. And
you get it up high on the inside part of the plate, they will attack. Screws batting here for the 3rd time of the game, 2nd time in this inning. He's got a single and a double and scored 2 runs. Nixon leading off first. Throw over. The pitch, strike 1 right down the middle. Hamby finds the strike zone immediately on his first pitch.
Screws seems to be a very patient hitter. He's perfectly fine taking that first pitch strike. He's hit the ball hard up the middle into the right side tonight.
Change up, hit back to the pitcher, bounced off of Hamby's hands. He's still got time. Can he get him? Yes. They say they got him at first base. A lot of Wellborn not happy with that. People happy with that. 7-2. Wellborn as we finish the inning.
The tire, arguably the most important part of a car. Without it, we could not stop, we could not go, we couldn't drive at all. They come in all sizes, brands, treads, prices, and ratings. How do you know which is the right tire for you? Thankfully, there's Cobb Automotive, and they have been answering this question since 1981. With a large selection of brands and sizes in stock, you are sure to get the right tire for the right price. Cobb Automotive, located on Highway 21 across from Walmart in Oxford, and 2001 Quintard Avenue in Anniston.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
7-2 here as Wellborn and Weaver going at it. And Weaver, Alabama. Beautiful night for baseball. Weaver just puts a 6th spot on the board in the top half of the 3rd inning.
And you really just got to kind of tip your hat to them if you're Weaver. I mean, they may have kicked the ball around a little bit, but hit the ball hard, hit Ortiz hard to the right side, all over the field. And sometimes that's just going to happen. If you're Weaver, all you can do is come back into the dugout, get ready to hit, try to chip away this lead.
Meanwhile, Jalen Kelly just keeps plugging along for the Wellborn Panthers, only giving up 1 earned run in the game. Ground ball to 3rd. Long throw to 1st. Got him over there. Nice scoop.
Good job by Scrooge coming back and making that play after having the error the last inning. Had to scoop that one up a little bit. Good start for Kelly here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's 1 pitch, 1 out.
Nice play by Scales over at 3rd. Cody Ortiz coming up. He was hit by the pitch last time up. Got the outside corner. As Jalen Kelly gets ahead in the count. Little looping fly ball to the shortstop. Drops it, unable to make the catch.
And good hustle by Denham trying to get to the ball like we talked about before. I mean, he's a mobile guy. He's got a real sense for going after the ball. Just wasn't able to pull that one in there. And that'll go down as an E6.
Josh Langley steps in. Bounced the pitcher last time up.
It was a good breaking ball from Kelly as well. It really jammed him.
Yep.
Should have been the 2nd out.
There's a grounder up the middle. Pitcher has it, throws a second, throws it almost into center field. Didn't take time to set himself, and he makes an error of his own doing, and runners are at 1st and 2nd with 1 out.
Yeah, he sure did. I think it sort of threw him off whenever he looked at his glove to make sure he had the ball in his glove. That's what it looked like he tried to do, and he didn't like he took time to actually look over at second base and throw the ball. That's why it went sailing out towards the right side. Denham had to grab it over there.
Well, they always teach you to, when you catch that ball, to make that turn quick so that you can be pointing your shoulder at your target. Then he kind of had a lazy, or he wasn't a real quick turn. And some of it may have been he was standing on the hill on the mound. But anyway, runners at 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, Wellborn helping out Weaver with the 2 errors here, the bottom of the 3rd.
Ball inside, 2-0.
It's up to Weaver to try to capitalize on that and score a few runs and put a dent in this 5-run lead.
Wellborn now with 4 errors in the game. Got the outside corner. He's called that pitch all night. 2-1. Monroe walked his first time up, stole a base. Ball inside. Wellborn's shaky defense here, hurting him in this game.
Yeah, real routine plays. I mean, nothing real difficult. Denham, that's the ball he'll catch 9 out of 10 times, I'm sure. And then Kelly just kind of panicked on that other play.
There's a high drive. Deep left field. Going to be caught. Runners have to tag up and go back. Good shot by Monroe. Thought I had a chance there when it left the bat, but died out there in that cold air.
Yeah, 3-1 count, looking for a pitch so he can hit hard, and he did that. Just got under it a little too much, and left fielder for Wellborn was able to camp under it and make the play for the second out.
Tyler Perez steps in, reached on an error, his first at bat. But now we have 2 outs. Kelly trying to pitch out of this jam here in the bottom half of the third. Fastball outside corner, strike, swing and a miss. Good pitch.
Yeah, he's done a good job of hitting that outside corner, as our umpire's been calling it for a strike, and Weaver's trying to swing at it now, knowing that it's more than likely going to be called a strike.
High pop off to the right side. 2 strikes.
If you're Weaver, you really hate to let this one get away when you got runners on first and second, just kind of given to you with 1 out, and had the fly out to left field. Like to see Perez try to find a gap out there and knock in a couple of runs.
So far, Kelly's only allowed 2 hits, but 4 errors have hurt. Got the curveball across for a strikeout. He gets out of the jam. 7-2. Wellborn leading after 3.
Listen, if we even think you owe us money, you won't know what hit you. We'll put liens on everything you own. Raid your bank accounts, retirement fund, pension. You'll open up your paycheck and cry because we'll already have the money. We'll haul you into federal court and you might even go to jail. Hey, it's our job.
Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. Our experts will fight for you using IRS guidelines to stop any IRS actions like bank levies or wage garnishments. Plus, eliminate penalties and interest and reduce your past tax bill so you pay the IRS less. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a tax doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
I'd have my mom call the number on the screen. You come see me alone. We'll work it out. Really, we will.
(7-2). Wellborn leading Weaver as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Game's taking a change in Wellborn's favor after a 6-run rally in their half of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, and Weaver unable to capitalize on the 2 errors that Wellborn made last inning with 1 out. Had guys on first and second, just couldn't get them around. So see, that's Hamby on the mound for Weaver. Came in and got the final out for him. Made a nice play on the mound to get him out of the jam after they gave up 6 runs. So it'll be Denham, the shortstop for Wellborn, leading the inning off for him.
Brent Denham stepping into the box. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Line drive hit in the left field. Just hit the daylights out of that ball. And Denham is on first base with a leadoff single.
And they've been all over tonight. That's Denham's 2nd single. As McChristy comes up to the bat, really a guy we haven't seen hit the ball terribly hard tonight. I think he
couple of strikeouts and a walk, and that's about hit batter once.
You can tell they respect him at the plate, though. They try to kind of try to pitch around him, but he'll be looking to hit a ball hard here, like the rest of his team is.
Well, he's a team player. He's been up 6 times on the evening, and he hasn't gotten a hit, but he's been on base by a walk or hit batter 3 times. Slow pitch on the outside corner, gets away. Wild pitch, throw down to second. Not in time, and Denham moves up on the wild pitch.
Yeah, those are little things you can't have happen. I mean, now he's in the scoring position with no outs. 3, 4, 5 coming up. More than likely can be able to knock that run in.
And the Wellborn batters certainly feeling pretty good about themselves right now. Except for McChristy. He's just dying to get a hit.
Just got to be patient. I mean,
one pitch at a time.
Whenever you're struggling at the plate, just can't get ahead of yourself and just got to watch the ball.
Line drive to the shortstop on the ground. 1 hopper, throw to first. High throw, nice catch by the first baseman.
Tough luck by McChristy. Hard hit ball, just right at the shortstop. Moves around over the third base, so it's a productive out. But, you know, he would have liked to get that one through.
Jake Garrett had to hop in the air, a little bit bunny rabbit style over there at first base, but made the catch. TJ Scales steps in. He was hit by the pitch his last time up to force a run in. Ball low, 1-0.
Good job holding off that breaking ball by Scales. That's pretty brave coming out there with the first pitch. It looked like a good pitch. I mean, it wasn't a strike, but that's one typically a guy's gonna swing at as it dropped right.
Line drive into the gap in right center. Can the center fielder get it? No, it's going to hit, roll up against the fence. Scales is going to take it into second for a double. And this game is now 8-2, an RBI double by Scales.
Yeah, Scales said, I'm not going to swing at that breaking ball because I was waiting for a fastball, and he sure enough did. He hit that one hard out to right center field, knocked in the run as the bats for Wellborn continue to heat up.
8-2. Jacob Shears comes to the plate, grounded to short. Doubled in a couple of runs his last time at bat. Scales leads off a second. Ball is in the dirt. 1-0.
The Wellborn hitters have been patient tonight as well.
I think that's been the big story as much as anything. They quit swinging at those balls on the outside corner and wasting strikes, and they're making them come in with it. Just missed. 2-0.
Yeah, if you can get ahead in the count as a batter, gives you a lot more room to be patient, wait on that pitch that you want to hit.
2-0 pitch inside. Swing and a miss. I thought he was going to jump on that one. Shears just about jumped out of his shoes trying to hit it.
I know he does it every time, too. He had a double his last at bat with 2 strikes, and he swung out of his shoes on that one as well.
Swing and a miss on the outside corner. 2-2. Let's see if he guards the plate a little bit. 2-2 the count. Ground ball to third base. Checks the runner. Throw to first in time. The runner's coming over. He's going to be out if they can tag him. And the umpire says, no, they didn't get him.
Oh, wow. It's kind of hard to tell from our
angle, yeah.
If he got the tag or not. But nonetheless, that was a good try by Weaver, getting the out at first and then zipping the ball over to third base with a chance to get the double play. But apparently he didn't get the tag down, so the runner will be on third with 2 outs.
Good job by the shortstop to get over there. He's got to get over there and make that play, and it's a tough angle. He's running towards the bag with the ball coming. He's got to catch it and figure out where the runner's at. Slow curveball, didn't break. High inside, 1-0. So Scales safely in at third on the ground out. Ball inside, 2-0.
There's that patience we were talking about, Brent. They just haven't been jumping on that first pitch as much. I'm sure the coach talked to him about that in between games.
2-0, fouled off to the right, 2-1. Hamby, he's been behind in the count a lot as well. And Wellborn taking advantage of it is Jalen Kelly. He's 0 for 2. He's trying to help his cause with a hit. Change up, line drive into center field, base hit. You don't usually throw the change up to the 6, 7, and 8 hitters because that's what they're waiting on, and he tattooed that thing into center field for a base hit.
He did, and he's got the RBI. Scales will score.
9-2 Wellborn. Blake Hansen 1 for 2 on the night.
It's just been throughout the lineup, Brand. I mean, 1 through 9, been hitting the ball hard all over the park.
Yeah, so far Christie's the only Panther in the lineup without a base hit. Line drive in the left field, base hit. He hung that ball on the inside part of the plate. Hansen just tattooed it.
And out of the whole lineup, I think Hanson's the guy that likes that first pitch the most. Looking down here at the scorebook, he hasn't seen too many pitches, but he's already 2 for 3 tonight. He's got an RBI. No, excuse me, not an RBI, but he'll advance the runner over to second base.
Runners at first and second. Jordan Montgomery steps in, walking a double. 2 RBIs.
Yeah, he hit that blast to left field last at bat.
Got the outside corner for a strike, does Hamby. He's ahead of Montgomery, 0-1. 2 pretty fast runners on the bases, so a hit will at least score 1 in the outfield, more than likely. Line drive, hit into left field. Here comes Kelly. Ball's being kicked around out there. The throw's going to come to third. The runner should have been on second, but he waited a little while, but then he dives in there safely.
Another hard hit by Montgomery. 6 through 9 have been strong tonight for Wellborn in both games.
Now you look at that. They've been up 8 times and been on 6. 5 hits and a walk. And if you got the bottom of the order hitting like that, then the top of the order is 4 for 6.
All right, that's 3 consecutive hits, 6, 7, 8, 5 hits total in the inning.
A hit will score 2 right now as Kevin Mixon hits a shot down the left field line, fair. 1 run in. Here comes another. Mixon's going to try for 2. The throw's going to be late. And the Panthers now lead 12-2. Kevin Mixon, a 2-run double.
And just like that, it's 12-2. 2 RBIs for Mixon. 6 runs in the inning for Wellborn. Had 11 in the last 2 innings. They've just been hitting the ball hard. I mean,
who would have seen this coming?
Yeah, after watching them in the first game.
2 runs in the first game and only 1 run in the first 2 innings of this game. Pitch ground ball to the second baseman. Short hop, going to be tough. Throw to first in time for the out. The inning is over. But the Panthers pick up a bunch more. 5 more, in fact. They lead 12-2.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them yourself is something completely different. When I woke up with severe pain in my arms and chest, I hesitated. When the pain persisted, I chose RMC. Thanks to RMC's staff and Dr. Yamamura, my bypass surgery was a success. It's comforting to know we have quality doctors right here in Calhoun County. Regional Medical Center, advanced technology, advanced care.
12-2. Wellborn exploding for 11 runs in the last 2 innings. They've really, just as much as they didn't hit the ball in the first game and in the first part of this game, they've been just the opposite here in the last 2 innings. They pounded everything.
Right, Brent. The story of it has been their patience at the plate. They haven't been swinging at that first pitch fastball as much. They've been sitting back waiting on the pitch they can hit, and they've definitely taken advantage of it, hitting it all over the park, mostly to the right and middle. And that's hard to believe after watching them in that first game, as they were strictly pull. And Randolph County really took advantage of that, throwing to the outside corner. But they've been able to hit the ball where it's been pitched tonight. And the scoreboard definitely shows for it as they're up 12-2.
12-2. Looks like they're going to trot out Kelly again here in the 4th inning. Pitched 2 in the last game.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, he's been hot here the last 2 innings against Randolph County, and so far in this game, been the go-to guy for him.
As you heard, the Kentucky Wildcats carrying the SEC banner tonight for us. Here comes Drake Monroe to the plate. Takes it on the inside corner low for a ball. He struck out his first time up.
And if you're Weaver, you just got to take it 1 base at a time. Try to be patient, take some walks, get some hits, put some runs together.
Got the strike. 2 years ago, went to see Oxford in the state championship game down in Montgomery. We'll finish that after this pitch. And they had 4 D1 pitchers on their roster at the same time.
Oxford did.
Yeah. And they were playing full, and they got behind like 8-1 in the first inning. But their pitcher only had 1 inning left, and after that they had nothing. And so it was 8-1, and then you just slowly saw the lead just disintegrate, and Oxford ends up winning 4 or 5 runs because they just flat ran out of pitchers. And while we could bring on somebody, Oxford could bring on somebody that was a D1 pitcher now pitching in minor league baseball. So
I know pitching makes a huge difference, and it's really neat to think about. I mean, we've been calling softball games, but thinking about the difference in pitching in baseball. I mean, the strategy of it in baseball and softball, when you can rely on one pitcher for softball, whereas in baseball you have a staff.
Line drive to second. Hansen fights off the lights and the ball, makes the catch. Monroe struck out to start the inning. Now Lemon lines out, and we got 2 outs quickly, which is exactly what you didn't want to happen if you're Weaver. Come in 3 pitches, 4 pitches, and you got 2 outs.
Yeah, you're right. Kelly's just been efficient all night tonight. Been throwing strikes and been getting the quick outs, and he's not a big strikeout guy. He's got 5 of the night, so I guess he has thrown a few, but done a good job coming in here and shut down the Bearcats.
In fact, his teammates have made 4 errors behind him. If they hadn't have made that, he probably would have had even less pitches.
They may have a shutout.
Outside corner loop to the second baseman. The inning is over. Quickly and quietly go the Weaver Bearcats here in the 4th inning. It's 12-2 Wellborn.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic, they take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
At RMC, we love serving people in the small towns of Northeast Alabama. The lifestyle, the food, the people. But make no mistake, there's nothing small about the care we provide. In fact, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network and have the Blue Distinction Award for cardiac care and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's about the strength of our regional health system.
12-2, Wellborn leading Weaver as we come back. Don't forget, we got a game Tuesday at 4:15 as the coming on the air. The Pleasant Valley Raiders will be taking on the Piedmont Bulldogs. Ought to be entertaining game. Piedmont got off to a little bit of a late start this year due to their basketball team going to the state finals, but they've got a solid team with a couple of 2 or 3 great pitchers, and so they'll be around at the end of the season. Pleasant Valley a little better than they were last year and got some hitters, so we'll see what happens.
Got some of the top facilities in the state as well. I mean, just the football stadium and baseball and softball fields. Real nice to go watch a ball game at. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, we did a Piedmont softball game up there last year, and you just wanted to go out on the infield grass and lay down. Just kind of one of those type fields.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how nice their facilities are, just all around.
Leading off, Brent Denham. Last 2 innings, he's led off, as Mason Screws has the unfortunate stigma of having made the last 2 outs in each of the last 2 innings.
Yeah, Wellborn's batted around the last 2 innings. Got a total of, 11 runs, I believe.
But I've always said if I could lead off and make the last out of the inning, that would be a good one because we'd have 8 or 9 runs in between. Swing and a miss, or foul tip off the catcher's mask.
I know in church softball, if somebody gets the first and last out of the inning, there's always some kind of punishment or something you got to do. I mean, you typically bat around a lot in slow pitch softball, so I wonder if they had
You haven't played for our team a whole lot. Parker Memorial, we have 3 good innings, 3 horrible innings, and then whoever wins the up for grabs inning wins the game.
Mm-hmm.
A history that's been perfected over the last 5 years. Line drive, right field. Base hit. Brent Denham just hit the daylights out of it, and That's about the third time in a row he's hit the daylights out of the ball.
It's just been his night. He started a lot of these runs in the third and fourth inning, and looking to do it again here as McChristy's up to bat, as we were talking about before. Still looking for his first hit today.
If there's anybody due, it's McChristy. He's the only one on the team that has not gotten a base hit in this game, in the last 2 innings, in fact. Ball low, runner takes off, throw down to second. Bounces in front of the bag as Denham slides in for his second stolen base of the game.
Good jump by Denham. He's out there for you, McChristy. Just knock him in.
Panthers trying to pad on some more runs so they can end this thing after 5 innings. One and 0. Denham takes a big lead as the shortstop pulls off the bag. And again, I really don't understand why the shortstop would be covering second with a right-handed dead pull hitting team up. But he is, leaving a whole big hole on the left side for McChristy. And McChristy hits a line drive into right field for a base hit. It's going to score a run.
Gets by him.
It gets by him. It's going to roll to the fence. McChristy, you know he's going to try for 3. Here he comes. He stopped a little at second. It might have cost him, but he dives into third safely for a stand-up triple on a 13-2 Wellborn lead.
And McChristy gets in on the action as well, as now the entire team has a base hit, but hits the ball over to right field. Right fielder overruns it, gets by him, so it'll go down as a single in the book, I think, and an error as McChristy's able to reach third.
That will be the second Wellborn error. They're 2-2-2 now across the board. As TJ Scales steps in, trying to put his team up by 12. Slow curve on the inside corner for a strike. Just kind of cringed a little bit as that thing was crawling in there. You wondered if Scales was going to jump all over it, but he took it. Fastball down the third baseline, fair. 1 run in. Scales going to round first. Is he going to take 2? Yes, they're going to wave him as the left fielder has trouble getting it up. And he fires it into the shortstop, and we now have a 14-2 lead.
Scales with 2 doubles in the game now. Had that deep ball out to center field last inning. This one's a little bit different. It's a dribbler down the first baseline. It's able to get out there in the corner, and he is able to advance to second base for his second double of the game.
You got the third baseman playing off the line and the shortstop standing on second.
That fence is so close to the left field line, too.
Ball in the dirt, 1-0. You know, I had never noticed that fence out there.
Yeah.
You told me that earlier.
It's real
and
close.
Left field being higher. I was always watching from this side, and I couldn't see the left field. Ball in the dirt.
Yeah, it's their own little mini green monster out there.
Then the couple of games that we did do, it was late in the evening. The sun was coming right in, so you never really could see it. 2-0 the count. High pop. Over near third. Catcher running. It's going to hit about 6 feet off the fence, and there was a young lady that came walking up at just the wrong time, and it missed her by inches. She's over there trying to remember how to breathe right now.
Yeah, there's not as many people out here as you might normally see. Otherwise, you'd be hearing everybody say heads up or something. So she didn't seem to be aware of it as it did come awfully close to hitting her.
I'm not for sure. Sometimes the ladies don't know what heads up means. You know, the younger girls that haven't even played, and she kind of almost walked right into that thing. 2 balls and a strike. Down low, 3-1. And the floodgates have opened here. And the Wellborn Panthers are taking advantage of it. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Got a piece of it. Catcher hangs on. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Hamby's still coming right at him, though. He's not going to give up easily. Still trying to throw strikes and get his team back in the dugout. Get the bat swinging.
Shears 1 for 3 on the night. He doubled in the third inning. Ball high, walks him. Jalen Kelly stepping into the box. 1 for 3 and an RBI.
And Wellborn hasn't slowed up at all. They're still hitting the ball hard, still patient at the plate as we had a walk there. Looks like we'll have a mound visit, maybe a pitching change.
That's the kind of scorecard you like to see right here if you're if you're playing that we're looking at.
Yeah, a lot of colored in diamonds in the scorebook for Wellborn.
And they're going to make a pitching change. Coming in to pitch is going to be 16, Tyler Perez. Hamby did a decent job, but right now Wellborn just wearing it out.
Yeah, I think caught him on the wrong night.
17 hits for the Panthers. And we have no outs in the 5th inning, so.
And like we talked about them, they've just been so patient and deliberate at the plate. Had a lot better at bats than they did the first game against Randolph County. Well, seen a lot more pitches and been hitting the ball where it's been pitched, and they've seen the results of it.
You know, when you look at that first game, Wellborn really came out with 6 hits in those first couple innings, and then they just went blank for 5.
That's when they made that pitching change, kind of shut them down.
Then they went kind of shut down the first 2 innings of this game, and then the next 3 innings they've just been lights out.
Yeah, I'm not so sure they wouldn't have come back and made that a game against Randolph County had they been hitting this way, though, because they've been hitting the ball outside and up the middle, have been hitting breaking balls and fastballs. It's just been a completely different game for them. Just took them one game to get warmed up, so they'll be looking to continue this, though, as they'll play Weaver later on in the season for area games when it really matters.
You know, Wellborn's had the misfortune of losing to, let's see if I can look at their schedule here real quickly. They're 5-7 coming in, but they've lost to Piedmont 4 times so far this season. So a couple of them close games, but when you're 5-7 and 4 you're lost to Piedmont, you're not doing too bad. Pitched, line drive, left field. Can the left fielder get it? No, it's over his head. Wellborn's going to hold the runner at third as Scales had to hold up to see if he was going to catch it, so it's going to be a long line drive single by Jalen Kelly, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Blake Hansen up. He's 2 for 3.
Yeah, and Kelly's got 4 hits today between both games, 2 in the first, 2 in this one. Real aggressive hitter up there at the plate. Likes to pull the ball, and he did just that.
Ball outside in the dirt. Nice stop by Dion Monroe, one of the better catchers around in this area. He does a great job. I've been impressed with his play when I've seen him. Pitch, line drive, bullet down the third baseline. It's going to go down into the corner. Here comes Scales. Here comes Shears. They're going to wave Kelly. He's going to make it easily. Hansen's going to slide into third with a triple to drive in 3 more runs.
And he clears the bases. Of course, he's on third, but 3 RBI triple for Hansen. And you got to wonder if that left field line didn't have to do with that. I mean, it just kind of plays off the fence sort of strangely. It looked like the left fielder had a hard time collecting the ball out there. And team speed of Wellborn's able to get them all around and extend this lead to 17-2.
At some point in time, you might want to slide over and cover that line a little bit. But Wellborn really hitting the ball. Ball is inside for a strike.
Yeah, Hansen is 3 for 4 in the game with 2 singles and that 3 RBI triple.
Well, they've been throwing the ball inside here as the pitching. They've gone through the Weaver pitchers, and they've been laying off those outside pitches and waiting on the inside ones. And, man, when they get it, they hit it hard.
They've been hitting it hard all night. I mean, throughout the lineup. They look like a dangerous team tonight. And they'll look to continue that momentum in the weeks to come.
Slow curveball in there for a strike.
It's just been a completely different game from the first one we saw, Brent. And, I mean, some of that probably has to do with the pitching. But they've really just picked their game up at the plate. It's been hitting the ball hard all over the park.
Jordan Montgomery, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs, or 2 for 2, excuse me, and a walk. Ball bounces in the dirt. Hansen hanging on the third.
Still no outs here.
And I'm sure if you're Weaver now, you're not going to use any of your regular pitchers if you can help it. The pitch in the dirt. At some point in time, you want the umpire to start calling them strikes. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
It's quality at bats for Wellborn tonight. Been laying off those slow balls and hitting the ones they can.
Line drive into the dugout, or almost into the dugout, caught by one of the coaches down there by Weaver. Coach Harrell's got to love the way his team's hitting the ball. Remember, Tuesday night, or Tuesday afternoon, Pleasant Valley, Piedmont, game up there featuring 2 teams from north part of the county. There's a line drive bullet, almost took Hansen to the ground. And now Coach Harrell and Hansen are going, hey, wave the white towel.
Yeah, I think it's like Montgomery's.
If you're Coach Harrell, maybe you put on the bunt sign.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Take sign or something, but Montgomery chuckling a little bit. May have had a little bit of an apology there. I'm sure Hansen and Coach both jumped out of their shoes.
Ground ball this time again into the Weaver dugout.
Just fighting it off. Seen a lot of pitches. Just want to get another hit tonight. He's already got 2. Been on base all 3 times.
Here's the 3-2 again. High pop down the third base line. It's going to drift foul.
Just keeps battling. Montgomery having a good night. Like we talked about before, him and Hansen both good-looking basketball players, only sophomores, and they'll be contributing to Wellborn sports for the next 2 years.
Ball hits him on a 3-2 pitch. Not saying that he meant to do that, but sometimes if you can't get a guy out, it feels kind of good to hit him.
Yeah. Just a good at-bat by Montgomery.
Yeah. Hit him on a slow curve. So
2 strikes on him, kept fighting it off, kept staying alive at the plate. Paid off for him. May have hurt a little bit, might have a bruise in the morning, but he's on base nonetheless, and has been on base all 4 at-bats tonight with the walk, hit by pitch, and 2 base hits.
As much as we love these 2 teams, I'm kind of looking for a double play right now from somewhere.
I'm sure Weaver is too.
Montgomery steals, going to stand up going into second base. This will be the 3rd inning in a row they batted around. So they've scored 6 runs, 5 runs, and 5 runs so far in this one. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
And going back to what we were talking about, this being a non-area game between area opponents. I mean, you can't get too down about it if you're Weaver. I mean, it's really not a game that. I mean, of course you want to win, but the
Doesn't
game
mean
doesn't really
lot.
count. Exactly. I mean, you know that you'll have your ace pitchers up there, and
they've got one.
They do, yeah.
Gary,
they do, from what I've heard. So just kind of take this and move on from it, and
just like the last game of a Saturday night tournament all week long.
It's been a long day.
Everybody's out of pitchers, and just right now, Wellborn just can't seem to make it out.
Yeah, you got an opportunity if you're Weaver, to go into the bottom of the 5th, and it'll be hard to score enough runs to keep this game going, but you at least want to try to get some base hits and put a few more runs on the board just to keep some momentum going.
I hope somebody doesn't jinx us. Ball's hit out in front of the plate. Monroe throws it too late. Here comes Hansen trying to score, and he makes it in safely, and everybody's running around the bases now. And it's 18-2. I'm not for sure what a 15-run lead that you run on that play, but
yeah,
usually you kind of back off the burners just a little bit.
Batting around again. Screws.
Here's Screws. He's made the last 2 outs. The only one in the last about 20 hitters has made an out.
He doesn't want to go back to the dugout with another out. I'm sure his teammates give him a hard time about that.
There's a grounder to short. Long throw in time, 1 out. But a run scores. It's 19-2. So Screws is going to make that long walk back to the dugout again.
Well, he did knock a run in, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
got an RBI.
It was productive, but I'm sure his teammates are going to
He's made
ragging him about that.
3 outs in the last 3 innings, and while his team has scored 18 runs.
That's your leadoff batter too. So I mean, you got the rest of your lineups hitting the way that they are. That's a good thing because I mean he knows.
Funny thing is that he had 2 hits to start the game, and nobody else had any. So
he'll bounce back.
Swing and a miss on the inside corner. Brant Denham trying to come out of his shoes again on it. He gives everything he's got in each swing. Love to watch him hit.
Yeah, and Denham's 3 for 4 in the game. He's got 3 singles, a couple stolen bases. Good looking shortstop.
Another 2-1. Something like a 1-hopper to the mound and a quick grounder to short to get out of this inning would be nice. Ball low and outside.
I'm telling you, Wellborn just got a lot of balance throughout their lineup. I know you said that you saw Mixon bat leadoff earlier in the season, and it really just seems like they're interchangeable. You know, you can put different guys in different spots, and they all produce. So far they have tonight.
Grounder to short in the hole. Long throw. Yes, nice play.
Good play there by the shortstop. Denham be the second out of the inning, but he knocks that run in to give his team their 20th run.
2 outs. So now you got Landon McChristie, who got his first hit the last time. So you know he's in the groove now, and you just know he's going to rip one somewhere.
Once there's nobody on base, it's kind of weird looking.
Swing and a miss as McChristie was trying to hit that ball all the way back to Wellborn.
There's no pressure on him right now. He got a big lead, so he's just up there.
Both feet came off the ground.
Oh, I know.
When I was in college, the next pitch would be right at his head. If I was the pitcher, that's the way they taught us back in those days.
Times have changed. Whoa.
You don't let anybody show you up.
Yeah.
I was playing at Troy. Mike Williams was a pitcher, coached at JSU football over here, but he actually hit a guy in batting practice, or not, before the inning while he was warming up. He was up there looking at the pitches, and so he didn't like it, so he hit him in the chest with a fastball. Started a brawl. We were at Spring Hill College.
JSU? Is that you said?
No, Troy Williams. He coached football at JSU.
Okay.
He was my roommate at Troy.
Okay.
But he was kind of crazy, but he took the player out. The player threw the bat at him, so we had a brawl at Spring Hill College among the nuns. I guess
those were wood bats then, right?
Yeah. I can still hear the coach saying, "Not in front of the nuns." High fly. The inning is finally over. Wellborn 20, Weaver 2.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Yes, Mommy's coming over again. Thank you for introducing us.
Of course I love him. And he's never late.
I'm just so happy. He always seems to know the right thing to do. It's not easy to find someone like that.
Yes, I'm going to show him the shower. You're so bad.
Oh, gotta go. Bye.
For any residential or commercial plumbing needs, call Ted's Plumbing in Anniston, serving Calhoun and surrounding counties since 1985.
20-2, Wellborn leading as we go to what looks like will be the last half inning in this game, unless the Weaver Bearcats can come up with 9 runs. And if they do come up with 9 runs, we might as well stay here, Connor.
It's kind of hard to see that happen, especially with Kelly still on the mound. He's been able to control them through the first 4 innings. So he'll look to close this game out, give his team the win, and himself a win on the mound.
On Thursday, Pleasant Valley and Piedmont will be here on FNN, the Friday Night Network. Tuesday, it's a little late. All the words are slurring together a little bit. I slur them enough as it is, but great game from Piedmont, Pleasant Valley and Piedmont. 4:30, 4:15 start time here on the air on Tuesday. Well, we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. At one point, going to the top of the third, Weaver led this game 2-1.
Like
and in 2 innings, what a difference 2 innings makes.
That feels like a long time ago.
Leading it off, T.J. Thompson reached on an infield strangle and struck out. Ball outside, 1-0.
And if you're Kelly on the mound, no pressure. Got a big lead. Just keep throwing strikes the way you've been doing. Looking for a quick inning.
Here's the 1-0. Just inside. 2 balls and no strikes. It's very cold out there, especially when you're down by 18. Ball's outside. Some point in time, you start thinking, oh, the umpire's going to start trying to widen the strike zone a little bit here.
Yeah, you usually see that. You usually do see that. And he'll kind of, I think he'll warn the players beforehand that he's going to widen that strike zone out just because the game is out of hand.
There you go. Got the strike. 3-1.
But you'll usually see him do that for the team that's up. Sometimes when the team that's down, we'll cut him some slack. Let him
I have been told by the umpire when he was dusting off the plate, he says, you better swing at anything. Chops it foul out in front of the plate. Full count. T.J. Thompson. It's been a long day for Weaver, too. I mean, they were out here at 9 o'clock this morning starting their first game, so they had to get out here probably 7:30 to and do field work and get the field ready and then play a game and then have to come back and play one, 10 hours, 11 hours later. So it was tough on them.
I'm sure it's been a long day for him.
Ball 4. Weaver has a runner on here in the bottom of the 5th.
That's something we haven't seen from Kelly much tonight, just his second walk, I believe.
He's had 1 hit batter and a walk. And
it's been a long time since he's pitched.
Yeah, that's true. Some of the Wellborn players are coached over there trying to get all their bats in as we look down the right side. The pitch fouled off down into the dugout, bounces out, comes back on the field.
And that's Garrick up at the plate, right?
Yes, Garrick.
Yeah, he'll be looking to
grounded
get
to
some
third.
Revenge whenever he gets on the mound for the big area game. It'll be a little bit different when he's up there pitching from what you told me, Brent.
That's right. I was going to say that dugout for Weaver over there's gotten worn out too this game. Runner goes. Throw down is going to be off to the right, and the runner is going to stand up easily for a stolen base. T.J. Thompson.
And that's just a little something to add in the stat book for Thompson. Stolen base. Not going to make much of a difference here. Just kind of taking it one base at a time, trying to get guys on there and do what you can down big the way they are.
Ball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is throw a strike when you have a huge lead.
I never got to experience that, Brent, so I don't know how that feels.
I'll say this much after this pitch. Low into the dirt, 3-1. Played softball, baseball probably 30 years, and only twice. I was on a team that lost an 18-4 lead going to the bottom of the 7th in softball.
Girls softball?
No.
No.
This is when I was playing.
Slow pitch.
And then lost a 10-run lead going to the last inning. twice. And it happened on the same day, back-to-back games.
That's 2 walks for Kelly in this inning now.
So that's twice in 39 years. So hopefully for you it won't be once in 25 years.
We've given up some pretty big leads. We're at Parker Memorial Baptist Church softball.
Yes, and now we're going to get a visit from the mound. As Coach Harrell makes his way. And I'm not sure what the conversation would be about at this point other than, you know, if he's going to take him out, maybe they should have took him out to start the inning. But I guess they're looking at him and thinking he's a little tired. And Brent Denham's going to come on and pitch and warm up.
Yeah, Denham, the good-looking shortstop for Wellborn. He's made some good plays out there today. Had a good day at the plate as well. He's 3 for 4. 3 for 5, excuse me. Yeah, he had the second out of last inning. He'll look to come up here, and I don't guess it'd be considered a safe situation up 20-2, but can try to close the game out for him either way.
Your color commentary is picking up, becoming a little more astute here as we get into the latter stages of this game.
He says I'm good. Only threw about 3 or 4 pitches, but just ready to finish this one up.
Yeah, the pace has slowed down to a crawl. Right now the pitcher's ready to throw, and the Wellborn infielders and outfielders are not even looking, and they're going back to their spots. And now the Ortiz steps out of the box. And finally we're ready to go. Fouled off down the right side, up near the batting cages. No balls and 1 strike. I'm sure Coach Harrell gave Kelly a nice pat on the back and
yeah, he pitched
tells
well.
Denham, tells Denham throw strikes. There's a little looper down the right field line. That ball is going to be foul. Good hustle. The first base and right fielder trying to converge on it. Second baseman too can't get to it.
Yeah, I thought Kelly pitched well though. I'm not sure where he is in their rotation, but he did a good job coming in both
Pretty
games.
Consistent. Didn't give up many hits, didn't walk many. And now the umpire going to clean off the plate. He obviously has no plans for tonight.
He's getting paid either way.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss in the outside corner. Ortiz ends up 0 for 2 on the night. Langley steps in. He's 0 for 2. Still got runners on first and second. Just misses on the outside corner. Swing and a miss on the inside.
Denham coming in, throwing strikes. Got a strikeout.
Yeah, ball got a little movement too.
Matter.
A 1-1 as the runner on second base takes off for third. As Thompson steals third.
They'll give him that all day. They're not too concerned about anybody on the base paths right now.
3 stolen bases on the night. Three and 1 the count. Swing and a miss. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm going to be real curious to see what the score is whenever I look in the newspaper this game in a couple of weeks or so, whenever it is an area game. See how the two match up against each other when they got their big guys on the mound.
There's a ground ball to shortstop. He's going to throw home for some reason, and he gets him out.
Wow. May have been the easier play, honestly.
Probably was.
Because he was kind of drifting over to the right. McChristy over there at shortstop got him out from right.
If you're the runner, you certainly don't expect it.
No, you don't. But just that particular ball, I've been a tough play going to first. So he said, I don't want them to chip away this lead at all. So no mercy from the Panthers tonight.
Usually that's the ball about the only play you got is either trying to get the runner at third. But he got the man to plate. Nice play. Ball one.
Wellborn certainly hit the ball better than Weaver tonight, but like we were saying, I like to see how they do. And Garrick, their ace, is up there on the mound.
Fouled back this way, 1-1.
See if they can have the same kind of production. I'm sure it'll be a much lower scoring game.
Yeah, Garrett has pitched some good ball games. Last year, I believe he shut out Oxford for 6 innings before losing 2-1. Something along those lines.
County tournament game?
Yeah. Two balls and a strike. Popped it foul again.
They've got everybody moved around a little bit. This last inning, Scrooge behind the plate now. He's been playing first base, so just
Monroe hanging in there. Ball 3. Runners on the corners. Fouled off again. Close-up shot, Monroe. Ball 4, he walks him to extend the inning. Here comes Tyler Perez. There's a few faithful Weaver fans over there calling for a rally. I can see one that looks like he's still facing the ball inside, 1-0. The column was blocking my view. There's some other Weaver fans over there. High ball 2, 2-0.
Just trying to get a strike across. See if we can get him put one in play and force out at any base.
Ball 3. Catcher going to go out and talk to him.
Good opportunity for Perez to knock some runs in. The stat sheet looked good.
3 balls and a strike. Fly ball, center fielder. Gonna be caught. And that is your ball game, 20-2. The Wellborn Panthers knock off the Weaver Bearcats.
At RMC, we love serving people in the small towns of Northeast Alabama. The lifestyle, the food, the people. But make no mistake, there's nothing small about the care we provide. In fact, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network and have the Blue Distinction Award for cardiac care and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's about the strength of our regional health system.
Hey, common sense.
Whoa, why so slow?
Got internet from the phone company.
And the more things we turn on, the slower everything goes.
Oh, DSL might have been okay in the past, but not anymore. The more tablets, laptops, and smartphones you have, the more you need the speed of Cable One high-speed internet.
Yeah, I think we've reached a new low and slow.
Yeah. Cable One, it's just common sense.
Attention, if you're a man who has taken Androgel or a similar testosterone therapy product and you experienced a heart attack, pulmonary embolism, or any other cardiac event, call us right now. New studies indicate the use of low T products or testosterone therapy can actually double a man's risk of heart attack. If you or a loved one took Androgel or another low T product and suffered a heart attack, stroke, or any other cardiac event, you may be entitled to significant financial compensation. Call us right now for a free confidential consultation.
Final score from Weaver High School. The Wellborn Panthers take a 20-2 victory. 20 runs, 18 hits, 4 errors. Weaver, 2 runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors to Wellborn. And once again, taking this thing 20-2. They were down 2-1 after 2, but rallied for 19 runs over the next 3 innings. Blew it open. It's finally over for the day. The tournament wraps itself up. We'll see you on Tuesday night from Piedmont.
This has been an exclusive sports production of FNN, the Friday Night Network.